we got them. Hollow out a carrot, make a scope, and then we spot them. It's a problem when we come to town, the feeling is stupendous. Nothing like the smell of carrot smoking with a vengeance. We them hair raisers. You can't fade us, boy, my hair's razors. And even if you got the game, you can't play us, huh? We got stripes calling shots like the referee. We got a defense rebound against the enemy.
Look, feeling me, trust and compassion within our energy. The synergy, cause and effect, trying to top us foolish. You fully, holy moly, big homie, we on a rolling front lines. We in the city, marking up our territories. And dare for you to whack us at. We hair races, it's nothing for us to lay you at. You bleeding out, if you ain't with us, you against us. Some muscles, we 4 inches, we demand our respect from anybody who
That's why we the hair raisers, fully filled with vengeance. Want to smoke and nothing less of it. Trust, we with the business, the streets, we stay active. Toes up to come with it, set the world on fire while we at it. That's why we the hair raisers, fully filled with vengeance. Want to smoke and nothing less of it. Trust, we with the business, the streets, we stay active. Toes up to come with it, set the world on fire while we at it. That's why we the forced into oppression. They tried to lessen our message with added measures. Now it's time to teach a lesson in chemistry. Take aggression and mix it with frozen tears. Sprinkling some vengeance in it, now what have we here? Enough adrenaline to make your hair stand up. It's time to get it in, now all my hair stand up. Yeah, it's up, we got the ammunition stuck. We running up and you won't get a rabbit foot round here. Your luck is up.
I'm up, we hit 'em up like Tupac. Freeze 'em up with 2 shots, lie 'em down, stick 'em up, stick a fucking in these guns. I can suck my hairy, uncorrupted system with my fella hairs. Throw our hands up, that's what's up about us. All the faction we caused the most havoc. Suck 'em, boss couldn't take it, we took advantage of it. Hater love it, we got it. From our hands to our carrots, ain't no question we valid. Raise and set fire. That's why we the hair raisers, fully filled with bitches. Want to smoke and nothing less of it. Trust me with the business and streets. We say after tails up to come with it. Set the world on fire while we at it. That's why we the hair raisers, fully filled with bitches. Want to smoke and nothing less of it. Trust me with the business and streets. We stay after tails up to come with it. Set the world on fire while we at it. That's why we the
hair raisers, fully filled with vengeance. Want to smoke and nothing less of it. Trust, we with the business, the streets. We stay active, toes up to come with it. Set the world on fire while we at it. That's why we the
hair raisers, fully filled with vengeance. Want to smoke and nothing less of it. Trust, we with the business and streets. We stay after tails up and come with it. Set the world on fire while we at it. That's why we the
hair raisers.
Dude, I thought you said we were gonna get some stuff.
We are. Look around, man. We're like in the stuff.
For the life we gon'
Oh, killer.
no regrets, we gon' blow.
What was that? Did you hear that?
You know, that was probably my stomach. I totally got too much. Tops, did you bring snacks?
Corner to the box, we got some guitars, then we run. We smoke out, we run. We smoke out, we run. We smoke out, we run. And we smoke. We smoke out, we run. We smoke out, we run. We smoke out, we run. And we smoke. There's no need for no rushing. These carrots gon' burn slow.
I can hear my hair growing. That was like
For the life we gon'
so fun.
So fun. And you dudes are so fast, like crazy fast.
Crazy fast.
Look, you totally lasered my lucky rabbit foot. My fur is like so soft.
Hey, you ever touch one finger to the other finger and yeah. What do you guys grow here again?
OMG. What did we just witness right there? How good was that first looking at the Bunner shot? That was absolutely incredible. Congrats, Bunners, you're now movie stars. Yeah, but that's just blown me. That's giving me like goosebumps right now. Just how far have we come, guys? Honestly, that's crazy. I'm speechless. Not like me to be speechless. It's never like a British guy to be speechless. Let me tell you that. That was absolutely epic. That was the first look at the Bunners shot. But smash that like button. Let everyone on Twitter and Discord know to join right now. It's going to be a very special AMA, as you've already seen, and live stream show. Let's come back and talk about that in a sec. But you know, this is the third live stream and AMA in a row. We're working, baby, and we're feeling really good. But firstly, just want to say everybody stay safe out there. You know, we all know there's major news shocking the market right now. I hope you're all safe. And just as a note, we've got no links with FTX investment or any holdings there. It's always important to never overextend yourselves and always be safe. And a big FU to any scammers that are impersonating us. I've been seeing you on Twitter and Instagram. You can never be Skyhopper and you'll never be my pet hooligan. Super exciting day today, and I know what you all want to hear about. But first of all, how are we doing, team? And just tell me a bit more about that bonus shot to start to get things kicked off with, because that looked absolutely incredible. And that's movie level quality stuff there. Talk to us. Who we got in the
Yeah,
house
sure.
today?
We have Carrot Top here, Colin Brady.
Dennis Hopper, Luke Paglia.
Bundledore, Kevin Mack. Got Obi-Wan Kenobi, West Paglia.
And feeling great.
Yeah, man, feeling really good. Excited for today.
Let's go.
This will be bigger than Rick and Morty. They're saying, let's make it bigger than Rick and Morty. And Skyhopper's got the Rona. I've not got the Rona, but for some reason my nose has just started to drip. I don't know what that is. It's pretty cold in this room. It's getting cold in LA. It's probably that. But to be fair, like, I'm a Brit, so I should be used to this stuff. All right, so
yeah, shoot.
tell us a bit about Colin. Just tell us a bit before we kick off.
Yeah,
us a
sure.
bit
So
about this,
the team here is leaning heavily. You know, as you guys know, we do a bit of motion capture here, a lot of live puppeteering. But what you're seeing there in that video is a lot of keyframe, good old-fashioned keyframe animation in that video. A lot of it's blocked out with motion capture and 3D camera. However, this one we've really handcrafted. We've gone in with our top team, and we're really playing up the Disney quality. Just a hint of it. You know, these are always kind of, constrained by time and so on. But yeah, this is the first of 7 videos, one for each faction that we're going to be putting out. So we look forward to sharing the other videos coming out soon.
Okay. I just saw a couple of comments that the video resolution isn't quite where it needs to be. So we are working on that in the background. And you can barely hear you, Colin, apparently. So you're going to have to speak a bit louder.
Yeah, well, I'll shout. Hopefully this is louder.
Yeah, thankfully, we've got a lot to shout about today as well.
Yeah, we certainly do. There's a lot of things going on. In this bear market, we're busier than ever. We're more optimistic than ever. I mean, a lot of this shakeout kind of had to happen. We really, really feel for the people that lost a lot of their crypto in this. But we're stronger than ever. We have partnerships brewing and people touring every single day. So we're very popular here in Los Angeles, and we're very excited to share these things with you as they come forward.
Yeah, that's because we've always kind of ensured that we're focusing on real products, real utility, real entertainment use cases, and actually being innovative in what we're doing, and ultimately that's what's showing right now. But let's get straight into it. We want to talk about the Sprout today. We want to talk about game updates. We're super excited about what comes next. We want to talk about phase 2 of the Zuckbots and maybe give you a little bit about the upcoming phases. But let's get straight into it. Everybody here is here today to talk about the Sprout. So let's tell you what we know so far. But looks like Hooli's been building a machine, and it was interesting because I saw one comment in Twitter that was like, Hooli's not the smartest of characters. We don't really trust him building the machine. And as we saw in the last piece of footage, the machine didn't work. But I'm confident by the end of the AMA, Hooli's going to work out how to run that machine correctly and what the correct ingredients are. So by the end of this AMA, we will go drop episode 4 of the Key Saga, and we will shortly after notify you as and when the Sprout is live. How excited are you, guys and gals and hooligans? Give me some gifs. Give me some fire emojis. I want to see some excitement right now. I want to see some likes. I want to see some shares out here. Let's get pumping. One thing to note here is that what we're doing with the Sprout, and I'm going to give you a little bit more information on it actually, just to get you prepared. But this is phase 2 of many upcoming phases, right? So there are 7 types of Zuckbots that are out there. As of now, you've only seen 1. By the end of today, you might see some more. Hopefully you will. There is lots of gamification layers to come, lots of utility, and it'll be quite dynamic about how these other factions kind of get released into the ecosystem. So you're now as key holders, as OG bot holders, you're essentially the key to unlocking the rest of this ecosystem. And one thing to note is there will be, elements that will bring more dynamically more bots into the collection and elements that will reduce the amount of bots in the collection. So it's going to be really kind of dynamic how the story flows. We are leaning heavily into the story side telling of this. So definitely keep your eyes on what's going on Twitter. Keep your eyes on the shorts. We're having a lot of fun with developing this short content. And these little storylines within this. This is what it's all about. And, luckily, when people talk about storytelling as a new meta, or games a new meta, or collectibles a new meta, community is a new meta, we've got absolutely all of them. So we can always pivot into absolutely every area, and we can do it. We can do it as good as anybody else, if not at least 5 times better. So let me talk a bit about what's coming today. So we will be going live with the Sprout. We will notify you when that's live. So don't click on anything unless it comes from our official sources, and always check a couple of sources before you do so. I'm going to let you know that you're going to need a key and you're going to need a bot to operate it. So 2 weeks ago, when I told you to keep those keys and bots safe, I hope you have. I'm going to also let you know that one bot can burn many keys. So if you use a bot to burn one key, it doesn't mean that bot cannot be used again. It can be used again. There will be something else happening, in the coming weeks, which will be phase 3. I'm not going to leak much information about phase 3, but you've all seen the roadmap, and I'm hoping you can work it out from there. Remember, there is a ton of utility coming with this. Not only the kind of gamified building out of the ecosystem that you're now in control of. You are essentially in control of what happens next in this story, by the way. And it all depends on whether you choose to burn, whether you choose not to burn, what you choose to use, how you choose to use it. It's all going to define what happens next and how this ecosystem builds from there. Not only that, do remember that these Zuckbots and all your Zuckbots will be coming to Hooligan and IMI. I don't know if we've got a timeline on that yet, Colin, but I am being asked about that, so I will come to you about that in a sec. We are in development of a mobile game, which will be a cross between a Tamagotchi and BattleBots game. Really excited about that, which will be for the Zuckbots. There will go on all our content creator tools, as I've said, and there will also be your companions in the rabbit hole, serving and protecting you with the various different skills each bot type will have. That's some of the utility off the top of the dome there. But yeah, Colin, talk to us about this. People, we've been having some incredible community driven content recently, given the tools we provided. And when are the Zuckbots coming out there? Because people are keen to use them.
Yeah, you know what? We could actually do that really, really soon. We're actually just trying to add a mobility kind of function so these Zuckbots can move around and fly around. I suppose if we didn't want to add that, we could probably add these things very soon. But no, I think we want to make sure these things can move around in your nearest Best Buy and your department stores and grocery stores, and do all kind of memes with these things. So, but the good news is, after learning how to do the Hooligan so efficiently and getting all 8,888 Hooligans onto IMI, we've gotten really good at batch processing.
And we actually do have the Zuckbots on IMI in our internal testing. So if you look at some of the behind the scenes, you'll see the Zuckbot showing up in AR. That's us shooting stuff in the studio, testing out how the Zuckbots work in IMI. So I mean, with a little bit of luck, they should be out pretty soon on IMI.
Yeah, and you'll see it. We're also going to announce soon more Doge characters are coming out as we speak. And so, I think it's safe to say that any characters that we bring into our ecosystem, we have a path to easily pumping these out to IMI so that you guys can control these characters.
Yep, interesting. And talking about characters. And 1 sec, but Radix, what will you get when you burn your precious keys? You're going to find out very soon, but you will get something. Talking about characters, absolutely incredible work, I've got to say, on the Digi character, the anime Digi character that Gabe from Limit Break and Digidai Gaiku premiered yesterday. That looked absolutely incredible. Talk to us a little bit about kind of this, evolving partnership. I mean, Gabe, from every conversation I've had, is a super cool guy, super into what we're doing, and likewise the same, and a massive kind of support. Talk a bit about that. I want to know about how you got that character to look so good, and it was all mocap as well, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's kind of, mocap plus. I mean, we've gotten really good at exaggerating or retargeting human mocap to slightly more cartoony proportions. But, starting at the get-go, I mean, the digi characters by themselves are the highest quality anime characters anywhere, right? Any in the NFT space. And so we're starting with the highest quality characters. We want to be really, really respectful to those characters. And, they have to have this kind of degree of cell shading incorporated as well. So, I mean, to be honest, the trickiest part are things like getting the nose right, getting the 3D topology of the nose and the whole character correctly, but then to look good when they are cell shaded.
And when they move from, from different areas and you look at it from different angles,
right?
Sometimes it looks good, straight on, then it breaks when you look at it.
Well, that's it. I mean, there's a lot of examples out there of different, live kind of Unity-driven characters, but they're all just from the front, and they don't really have a 3D kind of space to them. So getting these things to work in 3D is quite the challenge. But I've always loved to animate female characters, even going back to the early Pixar days. I was in charge of all the Bo Peep animation when she's flirting with Woody and all that stuff. And then I was in charge of Jessie the Cowgirl on Toy Story 2, overseeing her design and all of her emotional moments and her playful moments. So the female characters are very near and dear to my heart. So actually embracing, I think, what could be the highest quality NFT characters in the space, and even just Web 2 period, bringing us into the Web 2 world and having the highest quality female anime characters out there. That's something we want to own. We want to own that space. And the best part is when you see the character acting alongside someone as silly as Hooli. Yeah. And now you're bringing all these different characters in a Doge, in a Bored Ape, and bringing the more characters we bring into the mix, it kind of magnifies or exaggerates the other and makes it look even, makes the characters even look more female.
And that's one element of interoperability. When people think interoperability, all they ever think about is interoperability in some form of digital universe or game. This is interoperability within a story as well, right? In a driven story, and that's really important, right, Colin? Is actually having a breadth of different characters, different personalities. Kind of like a Wreck-It Ralph flavor of a thing where they actually all really work well together, and that's something you've been really passionate about with what we're doing over here at My Pet Hooligan, right?
Yeah, I mean, it brings mystery and it brings possibility, and then the community weighs in and tells us which way we should go with this. So, I mean, just like I think, even like our actors we bring on stage, the best performances come when they are not completely on script, going off script, allowing for mystery, allowing for improv, allowing for that unpredictable thing that enters into the mix that happens on stage. That's actually the best part. You're seeing it live. This story is actually, as I've said, every single AMA is unfolding live because of you guys. So all your comments, you're actually voting, whether you realize you're voting or not. Every single comment someone leaves, whether on Twitter or YouTube or Discord, every single comment is a vote. And we're listening to everything, and it's guiding our story.
There you go. All right. Anything else you want to say, Luke, in terms of the upcoming partnership with Limit Break and Digis, or shall we move on to?
I don't want to reveal too much. We're very grateful to be able to work with the Digi community, to work with Gabe and Limit Break. They've been super welcoming into what we're doing, what they're doing. They're movers and shakers in the space with great vision. So, it's about making these really strong partnerships, early on in this space, especially in, a down market, making sure that the ones who are really here building, really trying to bring true value to this space and to, the communities that are out there, linking up and saying, how can we work together? How can we partner together? So stay tuned. There's a lot more that we're rolling out. We got more to come on that front. We wish I could just sit here and say, we're doing X, Y, and Z and can't wait to show all of it. Can't do that. So just bear with us. A lot's coming.
This is true to our original testament of always keeping our doors open, always wanting to work with great communities and great projects. So we are organically building before your eyes what Interloop could look like and who could potentially be in there as well. So this is what it's all about. And, we've been talking a lot about these things, but now you're actually seeing them come to fruition. You're actually seeing these things become a reality. Just going to move on.
Hey, Skyhop.
Yeah.
So there's something here too that's kind of topical. Have some hope. Hooli versus Doge versus Digi Team Deathmatch. When? I like where your head's at.
Let's do it.
In fact, on one of the conversations with Gabe, that's one of the things he said. When can we get the Digis in a team deathmatch? So Yeah, looking forward to that. That'll definitely be coming. But let's talk about the game. You know, we've seen some footage. It's looking incredible. I have noticed some things in the chat about, you know, we've seen this map before. When we're going to start seeing the wider Hooligan that everybody's familiar with and everybody's in love with. Just to let you know, this is an element of kind of testing still. Maps are being developed, different maps for team deathmatch, and the overall Land, whatever we wish to kind of call it, is still there. It's still in the process of being ported over. But as we have mentioned that, you know, we have kind of started to rebuild the architecture. So we've essentially taken one step back to take 10 steps forward. And, you know, that's what's really kind of making this smoother, more optimized, you know, more efficient, looking better, and you know, camera control, combat, etc. But I ain't going to talk about this because that's not my expertise area. But luckily for us, we do have an expert in that field. Goes by the name of the wizard. Bumbledore, that's it. Bundlebar. It bundles lots of fun into what it does. But Bumbledore, please talk to us about what's going on. About what you're doing. You have had to re-architect some things.
COVID brain.
So that question is well timed because the push to start to port Hooligan City over into Hooligan 2 is just started this week because our team learned a ton building this map and learning how stuff is constructed in the new system, and now we're ready to do it because we're not just going to go and take it and just dump it in, you know, as is, because we want this thing to be so much faster and so much smoother, and we want to set ourselves up to build a much larger world and be set up to do that. But all that stuff is happening. So Hooligan City is a thing, and you're going to be able to do this gameplay in that giant city. Skateboarding is going into the new stuff. I think Carl's working on that right now. We got new weapons that are coming in. The minigun and the flamethrower that we remember from Hooligan 1, those are coming. The fire extinguisher is coming, and of course you're gonna have like fire effects where you can light stuff on fire and somebody else is trying to put them out and all that stuff. I know Carl's working on getting the AMGI stuff into Rabbit Hole as well. So like your face capture is going to work, and we'll get that replicated over the network. So as we get the social stuff into the game, you can talk to each other and see each other.
It's interesting. Is this quite common in the kind of game building world to, you know, come out with you know, essentially what we've done is we've developed our alpha 1.1 looking great, and then actually strip it all back and start to rebuild or re-architect some of it based on, you know, the lessons learned from the first one. Is this quite common in a game development cycle?
On the good teams, yes, and the reason for that is you want to, like, good development practice, you want to consider your prototype code to be throwaway code, because in your prototype code you're figuring out what you want to do, and so you're doing a lot of exploring. You're like, hey, let's try this. Okay, is this fun? Kind of not really, but what about, oh, wait a minute, this right here is going to be fun. And so your code starts to kind of get like a little bit into a rat's nest because you're trying things out, and then like you're like, that's not really where it wants to go, and so you go down some other thread. So it starts to get messy, and it starts to get difficult to maintain. But the whole point of it, you know, I mean, these guys hear me repeat the mantra a billion times a day in here: make it work, make it right, make it fast. You know, you make it work phase, that's your prototype. So you want to figure out just what you want to do, but then you want to go and throw the whole thing out and build clean code now that you know what you really need. And so when I say the good teams do it, I've seen teams try not to do that, where they take prototype code and they're like, wait, it already works, and then they start building onto it, and what happens is you get the house that Jack built, where you get this really crufty, difficult to maintain code, and then when you want to go and, like, you know, do an update to the game, it's like, we can't because we changed this thing here, this other thing's going to break. Right. So what we did here, you know, building Hooli version 1, you know, discovering that it was really good, that we loved, and figuring out what we loved about it and what the community loved about it, meant that this gave us the impetus to say, okay, now that we know what this game really needs to be, let's build it right, and let's build it in a way where we can do like seasonal content, we can do, you know, updates, we can do special events, we can do all the stuff that, like, keeps it fresh and keeps it alive and makes it feel like like a living thing and not just something we stick on a shelf and call it done. So yeah, I'm really happy that we were able to do this and that we had the courage to take that step back, because it costs time. I mean, you are stepping back and saying, all right, well, we're not going to see any updates for a couple of months on this thing, but the benefits are so huge.
Yeah.
When you do that.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff, and we're definitely looking forward to it. I think one thing that I've been feeling recently is that we're not trying to be anybody else with this game. We're not trying to be Fortnite. We're not trying to be Call of Duty. We're trying to be My Pet Hooligan, right? And often, I kind of get caught up in the whole thinking when I'm talking to the game team after playing Warzone for a few hours, thinking, oh, we should do this, we should do that, we should do that. But Carl often pushes back. Kevin often pushes back and said, no, we shouldn't necessarily do that, because this is how we want the game to be. We don't have to be Call of Duty. We don't have to be Warzone. We have to be My Pet Hooligan. And I think that's, kind of, we're coming into our own with, the selection of weapons, the art style, everything that's kind of going on and all the ideas that we develop in there, the ability to kind of skateboard, the companion characters with the Zuckbot. So we are really making something different here. Whereas most are trying to be what's already out there, we're really kind of leaning on being different as well. It's been an exceptionally good experience. We want to be different. And a massive part of this is also not only the kind of combat side, but the social aspect of it. And I know a couple of questions have come up, like, will people gain points for just socializing here, and be able to kind of enjoy those aspects of that. And Colin, I know you and Kevin are really passionate about the social side of it. And that's why we do have some of the, we've got the facial controls, communication stuff mapping out, and social experience is also massively important to you guys, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I watch my kids will actually watch, people on YouTube, on Twitch and playing video games and playing Fortnite. And we don't want to just copy Fortnite. How we're different is that we're really leaning into the expressive faces that these characters will have. And these characters will be, both like a Twitch kind of character in the corner of the screen, but also the character on the screen. So the live karaoke bar and stand-up comedy and hanging out in the movie theater. I mean, these are all things that I want people to watch this and fall in love with the characters, just like you would watch an American Ninja Warrior or any kind of sports team. I want these characters to be celebrities, and I want these to also be available to anyone who wants to jump in and play. And we want to keep expanding this ecosystem. Obviously, the OG, you guys are always going to be the OG. The first OG robots, these Zuckbots that are out there, they're always going to be the OG Zuckbots. But we do want to expand this and have more limitations on the characters for people that just want to jump in.
Yeah, Colin's not going to rest until this is on a lunchbox in a school somewhere. So this is where it's at. We have to make
Walmart.
We have to make this a global phenomenon, and thankfully, everybody that's coming into the studio, everybody that's picking up the phone with us, having conversations with us, they see how much of an impact this brand IP look and feel these characters could have on the world. Like this, we want this to be a global brand, and the way we've developed the characters, these cheeky, rabbits that would appeal to all kind of age ranges and are also kind of cute and silly. That's why we've leaned into heavily the character build of this, and that's what makes us massively unique in this space. Like there's nobody else in this space that's done that. So why not continue to lean into our strengths, and why not continue to take this global? So we're going global, baby. The book does not stop here.
Yeah, absolutely. A global brand.
All right, so I want to go. I'm ready to see episode 4, but not yet. Let's tease everyone a little bit yet. But we do know there's a lot of questions coming in. So let's open up straight into questions. I'm looking at the YouTube chat. Hope, West, you're looking at Discord. West and Luke, let's get some questions in. Anything you want to know about the Sprout, the game, Vision, anything. Want to know what, Colin's favorite dish for lunch is? Whatever it is, get those questions in. Let's answer some questions. And then after the questions, we're probably going to go straight into episode 4 of the Key Saga, and then we're probably going to go straight into the Sprout. So let's get some questions in first. Big shout out to Andy. You're amazing too.
I saw one from Niku. I saw one from Niku. Yeah, careful of Lord Victor in there. If he killed you 15 times and you couldn't even find him, that's don't worry. It happens to us as well. So everybody got to find Lord Victor. He is in the game somewhere, and he is killing everybody. So,
all right. So I'm seeing some questions here. Investors you've chosen, active partners in the space. Yeah, anybody that we're working with, anybody that we partner up with, very strategic partners. They're active in either the gaming space, entertainment space, or Web3 space, and pack a punch and have a superb amount of knowledge in the space too, in all of those areas. Okay, cool. Can 7 keys be used on one bot? I believe they can, and you will find out soon. Each of those 7 keys should give you something. So if you use 7 keys, you'll get 7 somethings.
Metadata will indicate that exact thing.
Is the burn completely random as depending on the Zuckbot? It is random. The burn, it don't depend on what Zuckbot you use. Colin, what is your favorite dish for lunch? What do you like for lunch? I've never seen you eat, actually. Are you a
I'm a
machine?
Thai from Tom Kha Gai. Chicken, coconut Thai soup would be my favorite dish.
That's pretty good.
Super good.
Have you had coconut?
There's loads of questions coming through. I'm liking them. Are there going to be more ways for us to get keys? No, there is not going to be more ways to get keys. That's a finite supply of keys. There won't be any more keys coming out. There'll be. Have we advanced on tokenomics? How player will earn carrots? Yes, we've done a lot of work on that. There is a very technical model out there that we will share with you when the time is right. So we will bring that gameplay loop tokenomics model to you, but we want to give it you in a more digestible format than what it's currently looking at, which is very technical. When wallet connection for IMI? I know that's in the work, Colin. That's for wallet connection actually already exists for IMI. I think you're probably asking when Ledger like cold storage connection. I know that's in the works.
Yeah, it is in the works. We have a couple of big advancements with IMI, and it's really just splitting the resource time to make sure that each thing is accounted for. So it's on the to-do list. It's there to get it done. I know we wish we had it sooner for you, but thank you for your patience as we do try to hammer that out as soon as possible.
We are expanding IMI to other devices. Just keep, I know you guys are waiting on Android, and that's very fair, and we haven't forgotten about you. We also have done some successful internal testing on some very popular cutting-edge AR devices with IMI. So I will not rest until you're walking down the street and you see hooligans running around on the sidewalk on
with
your
their
street,
lunchbox.
with their lunchbox.
Lunchbox in Walmart.
Yeah.
Eating obstacles for breakfast.
Right,
Eating
yeah.
obstacles.
In that case, Colin, sleep is cancelled for you tonight. I'm gonna call you while you sleep to make sure you're available to answer the phone.
That's 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And a couple of interesting questions. Bonus question. This question comes up. It's a funny question. When bong? I mean, if it was me, I'd say tomorrow, but Colin will probably push back on that a little bit.
It's a yin-yang kind of relationship.
Yeah.
So we do have some treats coming your way. Do you guys build for other projects, or you lead the technology and the other projects build it for themselves or import it after? Probably a question for you there, Luke. There's a couple of ways to answer that question, but let me hand that to you to start with.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, right now what we're doing with our partnerships is we're so early in a lot of the early stages with our partnerships. So right now we build a lot of the tech with them. It's kind of a yin yang kind of making sure that as people provide the content with us, we can build our tech on with their with their IP. So as we roll this thing out further, we have been developing, the rabbit hole to have it be deployable for future projects to come in a greater way. I know we've all hinted at something that's greater here. Interlude maybe. So there's a bigger piece to this puzzle that we're actually all working towards. And it really goes hand in hand with the partnerships that we do make right now that we're constantly working on. Is about strengthening that core and the foundation of what we have today that leads us to that bright vision and future of tomorrow kind of mentality. So does our tech do we build a lot of the stuff out for others? Yes. Do people help with that? A little bit. Just depends on each partnership, and it's a kind of a what makes sense for that partnership.
Okay, good stuff. All right, cool. One for you, Wizard.
Yeah, there you go.
Well said, Luke. Well said.
Yeah, all right, yeah, moving on. One for you, Wizard. What does an explorer play style have to look forward to in the game? So we do have some explorers in here that want to explore, get active,
I'm one-
find loot boxes, find collectibles. I know I've definitely been seeing some of those collectibles being worked on.
Yeah, I mean that's that's we mentioned that the Hooligan City is being ported right now, but we're taking the time to optimize all of those assets and break it up into world partition while we're doing it. That's for this. That's going to allow us to build a much larger environment. It's going to allow us to keep on expanding beyond as we want. I mean, I'm an explorer at heart, so I mean, I spotted this question. I was hoping it was gonna get asked. Having a city to explore, having places to dig into, things to collect. I mean, we're gonna have stuff hidden all over the place in here. Secret stuff that you got to go and look around to find. Things that you got to go and collect in there. All this stuff just kind of geared to make it fun to dig through every little piece of this world, because there's so much secret stuff even in Hooliland 1 that every once in a while I'd spot it and some an artist had built something really cool that I just didn't even know was in there,
or a dancing Carl in a dark corner that all of a sudden you have to go there with a flamethrower to find him.
I mean, I'll be honest. We show stuff in these AMAs that often we see for the first time. I mean, we kind of have a trust with our internal team that generally, if it's cool, put it in.
Yeah.
And so, but sometimes we're just surprised as you guys are.
Yeah, there's no bureaucracy in here. Nobody's getting 6 approvals to get something in.
No,
This is mostly
go.
ask for forgiveness kind of operation.
Yeah, so it's it's fun for me to explore. I have fun just walking around the city, testing stuff. I'm what?
It's all right, guys. It's all right, guys. A couple more questions, and then I want to get straight into episode 4, because that's what the hooligans are looking for right now. All right, let me see what other questions we've got. This is an interesting question. I like this one from Dakota Dodge. Will the scale of the Doge Pound characters get bigger? They look super small in the video. Or are Hoolies and Apes just giants? And Hooli's quite small as well, right?
Yeah. That's all. It's still work in progress a little bit. Some of these characters are growing as we speak. So don't take any of that as written in stone. Some of these things are a little bit flexible.
But it's been some discussion about it.
But sometimes too, though, this is a part of the process. Is when you create multiple characters and then all of a sudden you get them in certain environments and you realize, oh, okay, scale of this character or scale of this prop or in this environment needs to be altered and changed. So sorry for the Doge Pound community, but no. Also, I will say it was great to see the Doge Pound community starting to throw out a bunch of memes about how small they were. The reaction to it was hilarious.
So no, this is
be a little bit bigger.
You guys are part of the design team. I mean, it's not BS. I mean, we're in this together. We move so fast, and sometimes we'll turn these videos out in just a day.
Yeah.
And so or in 15 minutes. So anyway, you guys are very much part of this
The memes
process.
were amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's the early testing of interoperability, getting all those
Two other things I quickly want to touch on is the claim window for the original claim window for OG Hooligans getting Zuckbots and keys is still open. That's going to be open indefinitely. The Sprout machine will also be open until further notice. So there's no time frame attached to these things right now. We will not be issuing any more keys apart from what's already going to be available in the supply based on what's left to claim. You're going to see what's going to start coming out of these things. And there will be dynamics, burn and kind of spawn dynamics within what happens next. This is phase 2 out of a number of upcoming phases. This story is going to continue. This isn't the end of this story with the Zuckbots. This is activation number 2 of several activations, and we're going to keep putting them out, and we're going to keep having fun. But yeah, I mean, another thing about the Doge Pound, that I'm sure Doge Pound is based on dogs, and dogs are generally a bit smaller than humans, and so maybe that's the reason for the scale. Especially
I'll tell you this. I think they should be more or less Hooli scale. Internally we kind of talk. This is a little bit of fun internal dialogue going on, but we talked about kind of like a Tommy Boy relationship between Hooli and Doge, and so they kind of have this. I think I want to see them together more. So I think just scale wise, I think Doge does need to be almost Hooli size.
Yeah. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, cool.
Doge.
There's an interesting question here. Is there any value to not claiming Zuckbots and keys and keeping your Hooli pristine? You know what? A lot of people do definitely find value in not claiming. You know, that's something we saw a lot in the with the apes actually. Not the apes that didn't mutate are normally kind of worth more than the apes that did mutate. So that's entirely up to you. The story is being created by you all right now. And talking about story, I'm ready to go straight into episode 4 of the Key Saga. Are you guys?
Let's do it.
Let's see it.
Let's do it.
Let's see it. Let's see it, and then come back to us. Let's go.
Well, that was anticlimactic. Huh. Wonder what went wrong. Not now, Zucky. Daddy's thinking. Maybe if I... What's that? Timmy's trapped in the well? No, not at all. What's that? The source code required to unlock this whole thing is located inside of you? Zucky, you're crazy. I think you're overheating. Let's cool you off a little bit, shall we? We did it, Zucky! It's beautiful.
Here we go. All right, so I guess the Sprout machine is now live, but don't all rush in at once. You know, it's you're available to use it whenever. I am going to post very shortly all the relevant links on Twitter and Discord to activate and get yourself to the Sprout machine. As I've mentioned, you'll need a bot and a key. One bot can burn many keys, and you will get something for every key that is burnt. I'm not going to say much more than that, but there is a plan for absolutely everything, and this is phase 2 of many phases. Phase 3 will be next. All I'll say about phase 3 is Z Combinator, or Z Combinator, as you would say in British English. So look forward to hearing more of that. So I think that's it. But one thing before we do leave and kind of make these announcements is so cool that the community decided to petition to save Zucky 5001, because Zucky 5001 is really coming to its own right now. Zucky 5001
it's one of our favorite characters.
I'm really vibing with Zucky 5001 right now.
No, no, seriously. I mean, that he wouldn't be there if it wasn't for the community, and it's just fun too, just even from a technical perspective. I mean, puppeteering that character and bringing our actors on stage is just so much fun, and there's a big bright future in us doing more kind of crazy puppeteering of these different crazy Zuckbots. So thank you for the petition to save Zucky. He would not have been saved.
He would have been crushed.
He would have been crushed if it wasn't for you guys.
So yeah, that when we say the story is dynamic and you're in control of the story, there's one great example of that. Right now, I'm about to post an announcement on Discord about the Sprout with the link in there and a couple of little notes. So here it is. That's officially from me. So get yourselves over there. Let's get active. Let's see what you get. Anything that comes out of there will be instant reveal as well. It is best experience is on desktop. So yeah, let's go and have some fun and let's see what you got out of the Sprout, and let's hear your thoughts about what's coming next. So post what you got, let's talk about it, and let's talk about what's coming next. I'm hoping some of you get a nice little surprise from this. And you know, if any of you having any form of technical issues, just drop a note in the chat. We will be watching. I think that's it for today. That was a pretty dope episode. I enjoyed that. What about you guys?
That was good.
Enjoy the
One
Sprout
more
machine.
thing, Colin. You had some shout outs for some of the epic community. Right now.
Yeah, the original, not just artwork, the original movies created by Stax and Drop Bear Dad have been hilarious, and they're very, very good quality.
Yeah.
You know, and we know Stax had visited us here before, and I mean, you guys are getting really good with the tech and
making content. It's incredible.
It's wonderful, and you're learning all our tricks. So we're gonna just have to hire every one of you and lock the doors next time you guys visit. So keep making it. It really is inspiring for us. Thank you very much.
It is.
There you go. And with that said, that is the end of our live stream at AMA today. I hope you've thoroughly enjoyed yourselves, and big shout out to you all. We're going to continue the excitement. It doesn't stop here. Bring on phase 3, baby. Out.